What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am Liz, and I make lifestyle, minimalism, and vegan types of videos here on this channel. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in, be sure to hit that subscribe button. So with the March Money Challenge coming to an end, if you don't know what that is, I'll link it in the cards. I'm basically just not spending any unnecessary money for the month of March. And with that coming to a close, I wanted to include this video before it was over, and that is my video on all of my budgeting tips and how I actually saved my first $1,000, and now I have gone and doubled that and I'm at $2,000. And with these tips I have just been able to save the maximum amount of money possible. And I got a really good response on my video about credit and credit cards, and you guys requested more financial videos. So these tips are nothing groundbreaking. I'm sure you've probably even heard some of these before. They're very basic budgeting tips, but sometimes it just helps to hear them again. I'm going to break these tips down into kind of like steps. So step one is to analyze your spending. You don't have to change your spending habits at all at first. You just have to keep track of it. And I know that a lot of people use the app on their phone for whatever bank they have to keep track of it, but that is not enough. Because I used to do that and I was still spending way more than I needed to. You have to physically keep track of it by writing it down either in a document on your computer like an Excel spreadsheet, or what I like to do is I just set aside a page in my bullet journal for expenses. And anytime I purchase anything, anytime money goes in or comes out of my account, I write it down in my bullet journal, and that way I have it all right there in my journal and I can look back to previous months. I can keep track of everything. So what you're going to want to do is keep track. I suggest starting at the first of the month, but you don't necessarily have to do this, but you want to keep track of a total month of spending, just your average spending. Don't pick a month where like you have a lot of birthdays and things that you have to buy gifts, because that's not a normal spending month. You want to take into account all your bills, how much you're spending on food, how much you spend on fun. So this would be like activities like going to the movies and things like that. You want to be able to then at the end of the month analyze and add up and divide them into categories, which brings me to step two, which is to create categories for where your money is going. So then after you have kind of analyzed maybe a month or two or three, however long you want to analyze of your spending, and you've broken down what you're spending into certain categories, you're then going to want to take into account how much money you make a month. So this is going to be your income. If you have multiple streams of income, like myself, I have an actual physical job that I do, but I also have YouTube, and then I have other streams of income from YouTube. So keep track of exactly how much money you are bringing in. If you brought in some extra money, maybe it was your birthday and you got some money, keep track of that as well. So now that you've analyzed your money, you've created your categories, and you know exactly how much money you're bringing in, it's time to kind of put it all together. Like you're going to piece it all together like a puzzle. And then you're going to start subtracting. So you're going to start with the, I would say, average it out. Average your monthly income, and then subtract the amounts that you added up. So however much you added up for bills, food, gas, etc., subtract that from your income average, and whatever is left, that's what you can save. So if you're left with like negative, you're obviously spending way above your means, and that's not good. You want to only spend the amount of money that you're making, and it makes it impossible to save money if you're spending more than you're bringing in. So if this means that you have to cut back on certain things, definitely you can do that. I'm going to have some tips towards the end of this video on kind of how I cut back on the amount of spending. Now, if you've adjusted your budget and you do have some extra money left over at the end of the month, what are you going to do with that money? Personally, I just put mine into a savings account for now. I'm not really looking to grow my money much right at this moment. I'm just currently trying to build up that savings account. I definitely think you need to separate your spending money from your saving money. Having it in a savings account though is also easy, because if there ever is a situation that you come into where it's an emergency and you need money, you can easily take it out. Rather, if you put it into like a CD or something, you're not going to have easy access to it. Those are my basic budgeting tips. That's kind of what I do to keep a budget for myself. I keep track of it in my bullet journal, but you can easily keep track of it in your Excel spreadsheet. Now I'm going to kind of talk about ways that I did cut down my spending and things that I have done briefly just to save money. And I actually have a whole video about, I think it's like stop spending and start saving. I'll link that in the cards as well. I think I include a little bit more into detail tips on how I stopped spending so much money. And I also recently uploaded a video on things that I no longer buy, which can apply to this as well. It's just little things here and there that I'm trying to cut back on to save the maximum amount of money. So the first thing is that I changed my mindset. I adopted a more minimalist mindset and really took a step back and analyzed all of the stuff that I was buying, and just realized I didn't need all of the stuff that I was buying. I didn't need as much stuff as I had, and I actually had a really big garage sale and made I would think it was like $280 off of stuff that was just sitting around my house. And I'm going to be doing another one this spring of like lots of clothes that I've purged and things like that. And that's a great way to kind of take the stuff that you don't need and then turn it into income. By adopting a more minimalist mindset, I have really curbed my spending. I don't feel the need to shop for happiness anymore. I used to be a shopaholic. And if you have never heard of minimalism and this is the first video you're coming across, my channel is full of videos about minimalism, shopping, everything. So if you're really interested in this topic, I suggest just watching any of my videos, really. I'm not going to link all of them about minimalism, but I have a whole series dedicated to it that is a playlist on my channel. So if that's what you're interested in, if you're interested in changing up your mindset, you can definitely learn about it here. Second thing that I started doing is that I started making my own products. Now this was kind of adapted from my interest in zero waste, and I'm sure you guys have heard of zero waste. It's becoming a little bit more popular. If you haven't, I have a video talking about what is zero waste. I never plan to become 100% zero waste yet. I don't know if in the future I will, but I definitely love the lifestyle. I love the idea behind it, and I adopt a lot of values from that lifestyle, and I decided to start making my own products to cut down on cost and to cut down on chemicals as well. Everything I make is made with really natural ingredients like natural oils, essential oils, natural butters like shea, cocoa, things like that. Really simple ingredients. The third thing is that I started shopping smarter. Now this could be a video all in itself because I have really kind of created a formula for shopping when I do actually need something, and it's just really simple things that you can do, really easy, just ways to shop smarter. If you guys are interested in how I do that, I can definitely make a video on it. I have kind of started planning it, but not fully. So if that would be something you're interested in, I'll definitely make a video on it. So that's it. That's it for this video. Those are all of my tips and steps and whatnot. So I hope this video was helpful. And if you have any other questions or things like that, just leave them in the comments below. And if you did like this video, give a thumbs up. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I make new videos every single week. So have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video.